Welcome to Wiretapped Truths. My name is Jesse Perez. I was thinking about shooting in my pajamas because it's a shitty day, but I was like, nope, gotta wear the sweater today
Yeah.
for the show.
Hell yeah, man.
gotta
Shout
wear
out to the Prince.
my uniform. Yeah,
It's a great shirt.
thank you. It's either gonna be this or the President's Miss Donna got me. Shout out to Miss Donna Adrian Gibson, executive producer.
Always. We love you, Miss Donna. Shout
Here
out Miss
with
Debbie Young as well. We love you as well, Miss Debbie.
yes, definitely. Um, Here with Mr. Wiretap Troops Leland and our comedian Jack Simmons. Yeah, Debbie Young, shout out. You
How you
know,
doing?
she seems to have touched a lot of people. Like, from a lot of the actors are like Miss Debbie Young. I mean, Leland even wrote an article that she's the woman who shaped the wire, which is pretty interesting. You know.
Yep.
So
Okay.
today we're gonna do We Own This City episode 4. You guys haven't noticed we've been on a little bit of a hiatus, but we got so much content in the chamber you guys don't even notice.
Yeah.
So we're throwing it at
Yeah,
you. So for
Take a
us,
little much needed couple week break, to
for sure.
regain our stamina and
For sure. Because
really,
we come with some stuff this year for sure.
yeah,
oh
a
man,
lot of
yeah,
changes.
got a lot of things planned. Leland, I know you're excited to interview Joy Ketchkin, man. Who she wrote Get Rich or Die Trying too.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be super dope. I'm super excited.
So,
Like
we got
that's a
we
really
got
slept on music biopic. It's a good movie. This is a good movie.
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it was. I didn't like the ending. Like,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
ending
know.
was weak because he didn't kill Supreme in real life.
Yeah, and how you kill somebody and just go do a show?
Yeah,
You know, like.
he didn't. He didn't. Supreme is still alive, if I'm not mistaken.
But
He's in jail.
yeah,
It's funny, he's
not
watching that
only
movie and be like, wait a second. Like, wait, hold on.
not only is
I'm not
Preem
dead.
McGriff in jail, he's also he also has a jail full of people who ratted on him on another
Yeah,
jail for their safety. Where
yeah.
there's like a whole jail of people. So
Man,
yeah,
his story. What's crazy about the irony? Like if 50 Cent and him weren't at odds in real life, 50 Cent would probably be telling the Supreme story on screen, like for the people to see. That's what he
that's a
does.
good
Like
point.
he,
Yeah, that's a good point.
he would
But
be
yeah, I
probably the
mean,
one bringing that story to life.
yeah, that whole story is pretty deep, because that's you know
No, it's
Preem
bro, it's out of this world.
Preem funded Murder Inc. and that's where the Murder Inc.
Yeah,
and that's where the Ja Rule and 50 beef is from. Ja and 50 been
yeah.
beefing since they were like 13 years old.
Yeah, bro.
You
Yeah,
know,
since the
like,
90s.
yeah.
Since the
So
90s, bro. So no, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope to talk to her. Like that's for sure gonna be pretty cool. Like I can't wait.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, man. I'm looking forward just to get into the writers' room. But
Yeah.
today we're gonna discuss We Own the City. This is the episodes. What I will say about We Own the City, because I know I haven't been its biggest advocate here. Number one, the clothes is amazing because they must have a great costume designer. And the makeup is amazing because they must have a great makeup artist. And
Shameless plug to our
Yeah.
two
Very
unnamed
subtle
executive
there.
producers.
um, what I will say too is every episode gets better. I will
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that.
I
And
don't think you've
hold
been
on,
a harsh, like overly harsh. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just being
It's the
honest.
first episode, Jack. I
Yeah.
think Jack was talking about. He
Oh,
liked the
okay.
first episode at all.
I,
That's
I
what
think like the show is good. I don't think like obviously it's not as good as The Wire, but it's definitely a really good show. It's not
yeah.
without its criticisms, which I'll get into. Like for this episode, I had a couple of like critiques, and it's like yeah, that's what we do. We
I
have
really
honest.
enjoyed this one because this one was the Wayne Jenkins episode.
Oh
This
It
is
man,
all
was.
the Wayne
what
Jenkins.
Yeah.
man? This man was man. What? Bro.
That's
Yeah,
the
hold on.
thing. He is in pretty much every scene of this episode. This is really Wayne's episode. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think like for me, and we'll talk more about it. It's like the criticism I had was like the plot just becomes kind of redundant. Like it
Yeah.
just becomes like it's like the investigators interview one of the corrupt cops who describes one of the stories of them robbing the people. Then we have a flashback of them robbing the cars. Then we do it again and again. You know what I mean? It just becomes like okay, like, like
But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think for this episode, the importance of it was to show just how dirty Wayne Jenkins was.
yeah,
Like
just how much of
Yeah,
a piece
yeah.
of shit
that
he
was the
was.
purpose of this. Like you need to really see at what lengths he's going through to protect his
Well,
own ass. Like
and a part that made me laugh out loud shows like kind of like just morally like he robbed that person, and
Yeah,
I know we'll get to
he
that.
when he robs the dwarf. Yeah, no, it was like funny in a really dark way of
yeah,
being
bro.
like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
What is he on, bro? What are you doing,
He's
bro?
yeah, and
And he
it
like,
is like nice to watch like them at the end go to jail. It's kind of refreshing to watch.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah,
but spoiler alert, but everyone's already seen the show. And it was a real person anyway. But the episode starts like a classic thing with him and Suter in the car, and they're about to like go after this guy who's picking up drugs. And so they drive up next to the guy and they flash their lights, but then the guy goes off, he drives away, and they pursue him in a high speed chase. And Suter, like Jamie Hector's like, what are you doing? This is unnecessary at this point. And the person that they're
That's not
chasing
Suter though.
was that?
That's the I don't know
Oh
his name.
wait, no, yeah,
Agent.
I'm sorry.
He's
He's
on
in
he's
this
on
scene.
the radio with Suter though.
Right, right. Okay, yeah, a
Yeah.
good catch. He's in the scene, but he causes a car accident to happen. Like the guy gets into a car accident, and they're like, "Oh fuck, what are we doing?" He's in with that other guy, Gwyn, right?
Yeah, that's his name.
And
Yeah.
Gwyn isn't a fan of Wayne Jenkins. He's kind of immediately off the bat knows that there's something really off about this guy. Um, and he caused the car accident to happen. Wayne gets out of his car and he's panicking. He's like, "What do I do?" And there's actually a great shot where it just shows Gwen. Like it starts off with like Wayne in the foreground, and then the camera focuses to Gwen in the background. And he's looking at him, and he's like immediately suspicious of what
Yeah.
this guy is doing. We see that the person that is in the other car is dead.
Yeah.
Um, and his wife is there. It's like an elderly man, right? And his
Yeah.
wife is there, and she's hysterical. And they're like, "Fuck, what do we do?" And then, of course, the what's it called? The opening credits play. There's a lot of like, the opening credits are very like contemporary too. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like clips from people talking. Like, it featured like Larry Hogan, the former governor of Maryland, talking. Like,
Those are the real clips. Those are some of the
yeah,
people, you get to see the real clips from who the show is about.
right. It definitely shows like, all right, this is all about what's happening like right now
Yeah.
at this
The
moment.
intro is crazy, animated, crazy, action packed. Like it's definitely compelling. It's a compelling
Yeah.
opening piece
Oh yeah, and yeah, incredibly well edited too.
for sure.
Like the way like people's voices come in and out of the theme song. And then you also notice on the opening scene, like the opening credits is just so many of the same people, not just of course David Simon, but George Pelicanos, Ed Burns,
Yeah.
Nina Kostroff, Noble, Alexa Fogel, like all the same people worked on this show, right? Um, and then we get to Gwen years later, who's recanting that story to our two main investigator people. What are their fucking names again? The very attractive.
What is her name?
Fuck, hold on, hold
No, this
on.
isn't The Wire. I don't know their names.
Wait, it's not as memorable. That's the thing. Oh, Jensen and
Yeah,
Saraki. Those are the guys'
there
names,
we go.
right? And yeah, I'm on IMDb. And anyway, so they're interviewing this guy, and he's basically saying like, you don't get into a high speed car chase for like a drug, uh, for a guy picking up drugs. It was
Yeah.
completely out of the ordinary. Um, you know, like normally that's why we have like helicopters for that kind of shit. And he reveals that the guy was dead at the hospital, right? And then we like cut back to that scene, and it shows that other dude Aller is coming in, and Suter are here, and
And was that Allers? I don't know if that was Allers.
it,
It
he was
looked like
definitely
him,
here though.
But I don't think that's him that put the drugs in the car.
No, not the one that put the drugs in the car, but you definitely see him. I'm pretty sure he's in that scene. I remember seeing him.
But yeah, the cop that walked by him, that's the one that put the drugs in the car.
Yeah, he's the one that
was.
planted it. And Wayne is worried, and he's also wearing a Baltimore Ravens shirt, which I found kind of funny. Ravens also lost recently. And he asks Suter to put the check the car one more time, and he finds.
You know what, too, Jack? Gwen searched the car too. Like he searched and saw that there was nothing in the car. Like,
yeah, and also it's not even subtle.
There, like that should be suspicious too. Like
Suter looked and it's immediately in the front passenger seat. Like you'd think he tried to hide it in a more place that would make it seem like it was hidden, but he finds it and Wayne's like, job well done, and yeah, so it was obvious that Wayne planted the drugs here.
So this is 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So he's dirty already. So due to his ego, he's responsible for a death of an elderly person. Not that an elderly death is more important, but just saying, responsible for the death of an elderly person and a wrongful arrest.
Right. In the same incident.
Like, bro, that's insane. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the mind frame too of like anybody who has a backpack. That's not like
it was the backpack. He said like, the car type of car.
And it's weird when you think about it because it probably worked for him for a long time.
For sure.
A backpack that
it's Baltimore.
Like 9 times out of 10 was probably, and he. But this is the problem with doing something like this, right? Because now,
one time out of the 10 times,
he was responsible for the death of innocent.
Also, yeah, he's just profiling people based on their appearance.
For sure, for sure.
And it's like, yeah, and that's kind of I think we brought it up earlier where this episode like Wayne's in every scene, but it's also like this episode kind of hammered home the point of like Wayne Jenkins is a bad person.
This is what we're dealing with.
Yeah, he's not a good guy at all. And his actions just get worse and worse and worse. Then it cuts to this other guy. I think his name is Ward, and he's talking Ward. He's talking to these guys again, the investigators. And I find this whole like dynamic interesting because he's very honest about what they did, and he seems like almost apologetic. But these guys don't really buy it that he's like he keeps trying to make himself out to be the good guy here of like I didn't want to take the money, I didn't want to do all this shit. It was like I was under the command, kind of relieving himself of accountability.
And they honestly every time he does it, they're like, so whatever. Kind of thing. Yeah, they're not. They're like, yeah, whatever.
They're not sympathetic. He even like for like his lawyer had him write out some fucking letters like I'm sorry for what I did and blah blah blah, and they're like all right whatever, it's just fucking
give us the dirt.
Yeah, like, we don't really
he
care about your
7 years. That was his sentence for 7 years, and he served about 70% of his sentence, so he's been released already.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to work. I don't know what's happened to that guy since, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I haven't looked at his LinkedIn to see, like, you working anywhere since you got out of jail? I don't know. But he's
probably got a security job, private security.
But he's one of the few that got a decent sentence. But he's already been released. So
right. I mean, at that point, it's like if you're going to jail, why not give up the top guys? And that's kind of like what those other guys, Ram and Gondo, realized. They kind of saw the writing on the wall. They realized, hey, we're going to prison. Like, fuck it. The whole, like, blue stripe of loyalty thing, the thin blue line, it only works until you're facing accountability for yourself. And then you're just fuck
but
everyone else.
I don't know. They were so dumb.
Yeah,
I think that's in a later episode. Like,
they were doing crazy stuff. Like,
well, they knew they were being investigated. That's right. Like, why won't you stop at that point?
Right. I guess they didn't know to what degree or what. Like,
I think it was just
the question I was gonna ask y'all too. We was gonna break down because you're right, Jesse. Like, bro, shouldn't you chill a little bit? Like, shouldn't we chill a little bit if we know the FBI is on us? Like, I didn't get that either.
I think it's just their hubris. They realize, like, hey, we're not Like, fuck it. What are they gonna do? They're not gonna take us down. We're the police. They have immunity, right?
Right,
They're allowed
I
to do
guess.
they're allowed to do what they want, and nobody tells them otherwise until they realize, like, actually the law doesn't work that way.
I guess. I was definitely gonna pose that question too. Like, the
Yeah, like
fuck?
why did I think it's just their level of like thinking we're untouchable at this point. They even bring that up at the end of the episode by
Yep.
saying like as long as they bring the guns home, they're just able to do whatever the fuck they want. He outright says that. Um, and then what's his name? Ward brings up this previous thing that happened in the spring of 2015 when they're like driving by these guys and they pull over like these two dudes standing outside their car, and Wayne's like, hey, oh, he says he's a federal agent, which was like just not
Bullshit.
true. It's not true at all. He's just straight up lying about that. And then he says like, we're conducting a drug investigation and we did smell marijuana, so we're gonna have to search your car. And it's like, that's not how that works at all. They don't that fucking that's the thing too. They get away, like a lot of people don't know their rights, or they think like
What?
and it's like it's fucked up, but that's what they do.
Even though
And
he did say, did I say you can search my car? He did say it, but
yeah,
yeah.
and these guys, they have they have the guns, so they're able to do what they want, and they search their car. And he even tells one of that guy Ward to like move up so he blocks
Like
out
the
the
camera.
cameras. It's straight up just crime at this point. It's like you're not even trying. It's not even like the prelude of like, oh, hey, maybe this guy has guns, which is what they're supposed to be looking for in the first place. It's just, hey, these guys might have money. Let's take it. Like that's the whole
And they
purpose of
took
the.
the money and the weed. They took the drugs too. Like,
Yeah, at
bro.
that point, that's just mean, dude.
Like, bro. Wayne Jenkins he was a fucking menace, bro. Like,
Yeah,
He was off the hook,
off the
he was
hook,
off the
bitch.
chain. That was yeah.
Shit,
off the
man.
chain, yo.
Yeah, that's what's it's like. It really is no different than them being gangsters at that point,
Nah,
because
for
it's
sure.
like they're not even
Yeah.
like I said, they're not even trying to think of like, hey, this is a way to stop crime. It's just these
Straight
people
up
might
robbing.
have money.
Straight up
Fucking
robbing. And
right.
another thing too. He said he was an FBI agent. What FBI agent is working that fucking night?
No, yeah, of course. What
Like,
FBI agent is looking for like drugs too in
what?
Baltimore? They don't
You an
give a shit.
FBI agent coming to me at night at the night? Come on now. That ain't even
No,
get the fuck
dude.
out of here, bro.
Also, their coats, which you can clearly see, just says Baltimore Police too. It doesn't
Come on.
even say FBI. Um, and they just straight up steal the money and then leave. And he says like, you're gonna get a letter in the mail saying we're sorry about that, and like fuck
No,
off.
I'm
And
not.
that's
No, I'm
yeah.
not.
No, yeah,
No, I'm
they don't
not.
tell them about any of that shit.
He
They don't tell the
was
bosses. But
that man was unbelievable.
oh yeah, so they drive off and he gives the money to those two guys and he's like, hey, like here's your stack, here's your stack. Um, like don't spend all of it at once. Use it like a little bit of it at a time so that
Yeah.
doesn't the IRS isn't looking at it.
Don't pay off any credit cards.
It's fucking insane, man. It's like and like it's funny how we saw Wayne beforehand, like his first day on the job, in that previous episode, and just seeing how much he's changed. Like now he's
For
just
sure.
straight up hardened. It used to be like, oh, part of the job was like you could skim a little bit off the top, but now it's like that's
Oh
the main
nah, I'm gonna
purpose.
take the drugs and I'm gonna take the money.
Yeah, and that's
You
kind
know,
of his main
shit.
goal. But this guy Ward's like, hey, I didn't take mine.
He said he put it
I
back.
yeah, he said he threw it away like on this random field like of grass near a sidewalk.
No, I think he said on this robbery he put his money back. But
Mm.
when they break the safe later,
Oh yeah, that's when we.
that's
Yeah,
the money
okay,
that he threw into the field, the
right.
$20,000.
Yeah. Well, regardless, the investigators don't believe him. They're
No,
just like,
they
why
don't.
would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. You're just trying to save your ass. And I mean, they don't say that, but that's kind of the implication. And he makes the point of like he didn't think he would get he thought he would get caught. He was like looking
Yeah.
out for his family. It doesn't look subtle at all. It looks like blatant robbery. And like the two cops that were with him, they do give each other a look of like, what the fuck are we getting ourselves into here? Um, but yeah, so uh, that's like kind of the first scene of one of the first examples of robbery we see in this episode.
Yep.
There's like three times in this episode where he robs people.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it's this episode is diabolical. Like
yeah, it's awful. It's like, and then they go at a strip club afterwards, and there's a dwarf stripper
Oh, hold
there.
on. So there's a couple of things with this, right? Number
Yeah.
one, I was wrong when we interviewed Amber Nelson. This is the part she was offered the lap
Okay.
dance, given the lap dance. Because remember, she said that she could have gave the lap dance to Wayne, and I thought since I hadn't seen episode 4 in like years, I didn't realize that Wayne actually does get a lap dance.
Hmm.
So this is the part she was offered, and like really like I don't think it was like that. I mean, if you miss out an opportunity on this part, I don't think it's the end of the world, right? We don't really know who this actress is, you
You're
know.
in it for like a minute, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. So but yeah. So that I just wanted to say that because I remember she said that, and then I think Cheese is in the strip club too. Cheese is enjoying this performance.
Cheese is in the strip club. Like,
Leland gets the joke. Go
I
ahead.
don't get
Cheese
it.
is not there. Huh?
I don't get it. It went over my head.
When Leland comes back, he'll tell you.
Okay. All right.
I'll see you,
Went
Leland.
over. Leland disappeared for a second. Okay. Um. Fucking yeah. So they're all like enamored with this dwarf stripper though, and he's like, "I'm gonna fuck her brains out." He's not even paying attention to the girl giving him a
I
lap
didn't notice it
dance.
was a dwarf at first. Did you?
No, that's the thing.
Really?
It
Okay,
tricks you
okay.
at first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, you don't realize that until she gets off the stage.
Right,
It was clever framing because they have her in the background so she looks like the same height, and then
Yeah.
she gets off the stage. You're like, oh wait a sec, this and he
Oh, and this
goes,
is like a total frat boy moment. Like when you compare
yes,
them
oh
to
yeah.
frat boy. Oh man, this is so frat boyish, bro.
Even the way they're
Like,
dressed, they're all like backwards hats and polo shirts and everything. It's like a bachelor party.
Leland, he didn't get the joke. I said Cheese was at the strip club, like in The Dancer.
she's from The Wire.
Ah, you don't get it? The
Dude,
door.
I don't
Okay.
think.
So
I
when
think you're on your own here, man. What's
Oh, in season 4 when he was like, Mitch's got the fattest ass.
Leland got it.
ah,
Now
he
Leland
said
get it.
that the prop joke.
Oh,
I get it.
That's
Right.
yeah.
Right when Omar's about to rob him, Cheese is telling them, "You know who got the fattest asses? Midgets. I'm telling y'all."
I don't remember that. Damn, dude, I gotta rewatch
season 4.
That's
Season
funny.
4, man. Season 4 is gonna be so dope to break down.
Oh yeah,
man. Season
for
3
sure.
and season 4, bro.
Season 3 is gonna be dope. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now I get it now. But yeah, he take it. You're right. It does have like the frat boy vibe. Like they're all like, "Yeah, man, we can get some pussy." Like he even says like, "I'm gonna fuck that stripper." Like
Yeah.
he keeps saying it, and they're like, "Okay, sure, why not?" Man, he's so excited for this.
And then they said they robbed him, and then he
It's
robbed
funny.
her.
Also, they eat at the strip club too. Like they're having steaks and everything.
Yep. Some of the best food is at strip clubs. Apparently,
I was gonna
I've
say
never had food at the strip club, but some of the best
strip club.
wings in Georgia are at one of the most famous strip clubs. Apparently,
Really?
Yeah, well, I know back in the day, strip clubs used to have wings. I don't know if that exists that much anymore. But they definitely used to have wing night at strip clubs.
All you can eat wings and lap dances.
Yep.
Just going
but
together. Stella
yeah.
Artois too. Nice little product placement I noticed too.
but yeah, him robbing a midget stripper, bro, that's insane, bro.
Yeah,
and he was like laughing about it though, like, yo, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah. Well, I think at that point they weren't like they find out because he goes in the back with this dwarf stripper, then he goes out and he's like, let's go. And he's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's funny because they're all law enforcement, but like they don't act like it at all. And you wouldn't think that they were from this scene. And that's what's really good about the show, is that it does trick your brain, because you forget that these guys are cops a lot of the times. Like they don't have the persona of that at all. They act like just people who just like caused a scene at a strip club and now have to leave.
Yeah.
And then he reveals like what happened, and he reveals like he stole money from the stripper. And then the two guys that are with him are like, what?
They
Like
shocked.
they're not even like, oh, that's funny. They're just more like, hey, that's pretty fucked up, man. That's
Yeah, they
not
shocked. They're like, "What do you, bro? That's not cool at all,
that's
bro."
yeah, that's
And
really
the
weird.
Like,
look
why
at
did you have to do that though? Like,
the look on the
Right.
faces of like the investigators too. They're like, "You robbed a midget," and
Right.
then the
And
guy's
that's
like,
just like,
I think dwarf
and
is
it's
the
actually
right
true.
term."
It's actually true.
yeah.
But I think if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember if she was actually a dwarf. I know it was he did rob a stripper, but I'm trying to remember from my facts if she was actually a dwarf.
It might
Yeah.
have been because the story kind of fits that he was like, I wasn't able to have sex with her, so I just robbed her instead.
Right.
So story kind of
Yeah, they're
fits.
just like, that's like, it's more just like bizarre and kind of just like at that point there is no point to it too, because it's like you already made money from that previous drug deal, that you already stole money. At this point it's just fuck it, why not? They figure we can do it just because we can. And yeah, it does show like the disconnect he has with the other cops, where he just thinks it's all funny and they go along with it because he's their boss, but they constantly are giving each other looks of like, hey, that's not okay. And Ward explains like, look, this guy was like a legend, so like we couldn't
Yeah, I was
tell
gonna
him
say
to
that
stop.
too. I was gonna say that too, Jack. They said he was he ran them streets. You
Yeah,
know,
he was got the guns off the
plainclothes
streets.
legend. Yeah,
All these people like looked up to him, and so it's like, what are you gonna do really in that point? They're his boss. Like anything you say will probably just come back against you.
yeah,
Um, I mean, look, it's not right what they did at all. Like, but like, I get the point of like, hey, it is hard to speak up against your boss. Like,
yeah,
you're put in that difficult. That's why with Suitor, it's very you get sympathetic, because it's like, what can you do in that situation? If you tell someone they're gonna punish you, the most you could do is just like ask to leave that organization at that point.
yeah.
Get transferred to like a different unit.
Because yeah, what was Suter supposed to do? Like, I guess in a perfect world, they would have wanted because he didn't know about them planting the drugs. He just happened
Right.
to be the one that found it. He doesn't know. He didn't know. He just happened to Wayne Jenkins just happened to rope him into what was going on because Sean was the one that found the drugs, but he didn't plant them. So what exactly did they want him to do? Like, kind of thing. I don't know. We'll talk
Yeah.
about that in a later episode.
Right. But yeah, he robbed the dwarf. That's fucked up. Um, and yeah, and then again, it shows another thing of them just like, because I think they show another thing of him, like these other cops just hassling this guy. They're going through his car in the next
Yeah,
scene, and they're just like looking for guns. It has Ram and Gondo and Herschel.
I think this
Uh,
is the day that Wayne got his stripes.
yeah. Wayne got his stripes. And sorry, it's just like it's fucked up, man. I was just thinking about. Also, he called her a midget. You're not supposed to call them that anymore. Like he shouldn't have done that. But he has his stripes now. He gets promoted for doing the wrong things.
10
And like
months, baby.
he's also drinking in the car too,
Come on
like
now.
drinking while he's driving.
Come on now. It's lit.
Uh,
It's lit. I'm a sergeant now. I really can't go to jail. I ain't going nowhere.
yeah, and like it's funny that the guy that they're pulling over, like he's just like, this is fucked up. He says that because at this point it's like the guy that they're hassling, like they don't really need to be there. There doesn't need to be 6 cops at this one stop. They're all just hanging out.
And he's in the next episode too. The
Mhm.
one who he's the guy that Miss Steele who she talks to about Herschel.
Right. Yeah,
Miss
dude.
Steele Academy Award nominee.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Wunmi Mosaku. Uh, what's it called? She's not really in this episode that much.
Not a whole
Uh,
lot.
yeah, and it's funny he's going to his bosses afterwards and like he's all proud and they really don't respect him at all. Like I mean they're busting his balls like, "Oh, wow, I can't believe they gave you stripes," and they're doing all that kind of stuff. But like they really mean that underneath it all. They don't respect him, and that kind of like it does develop him as a character where he's really insecure about his position. He doesn't feel like he's respected. He feels like he's underpaid compared to all these other guys. They look at him like he's a joke. They're making fun of him for the beer that he's drinking. Like they just don't give a shit about this guy. um and he even says like happy Wayne Jenkins Day.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that was like three scenes in a row of Wayne being just an absolute irredeemable piece of shit. And then like we take a nice little break here because we see Sean Suter and he's in a courtroom.
I love this
And
scene.
yeah, and it shows that every single person, every juror that they have has been like beaten on and harassed by the police.
Yep.
And one guy says he was just attending a Black Lives Matter testimony.
His
Uh,
answers were so fucking funny. Like he had some funny answers, and they were like, "Was there violence at this rally?" He was like I said, doofus, I was beaten. Like he was
right,
talking,
yeah.
he was talking crazy. Like,
Well, like, yeah, one of them says like, would you believe him like if they were to testify today? He's like, I wouldn't believe a Baltimore police if he said he was the police. Like they don't.
he said,
And
"No,
that,
wait." What he said? He said, "I wouldn't believe a Baltimore cop if he said that his mother loved him." That's what he
yeah,
said.
oh yeah, that's the
Yeah,
line. Yeah, man, and it's like that's kind of the problem. Obviously, is that these cases never get made because no one is going to believe a word that the police have to say. Um, and they shouldn't either because these guys just proven over and over again to be liars.
yeah,
And
and also too, Jamie Hector's line is a Bunk and Wire reference when he said, "Is it soup yet?" That's from season 2 when they raid the house and they go in and they're like when McNulty is having sex with the strippers and Bunk is like, "Is it soup yet?" Like
mhm.
that's from The Wire. But that's a
Ah,
that's a
okay.
Wire reference line right there. Yeah,
Easter egg, a little nice little Easter egg.
yeah,
Little Easter eggs. I love that. So yeah, then like it goes forward into Nicole Steele. Like Jesse said, the actress just got nominated for Best Supporting Actress for Sinners. Um, and he's talking to this guy. Like it's funny too because he mentions like Chicago's beats Baltimore in the crab case.
crackhead.
This is
Is that true?
not
I don't know. I
definitely.
doubt
I
it.
mean, I've never been to Chicago. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I find it
I
hard to
doubt it.
believe.
Baltimore is
Yeah,
right by the water. Like,
right. That's what I'm thinking.
I
I mean,
doubt it.
Chicago's known for like their hot dogs, but like I
Yeah.
never. Yeah. Um, but he mentions that like there's this list of cops who they don't want testifying because they've been known to perjure themselves. So they're lying under oath, which is
And they
itself
still free.
crime. And they're still able to be cops, but they're not allowed to testify in court because they're
That's
known to
crazy.
lie. Yeah, which is itself a felony charge. Um, and So she brings back like she goes off and she's gonna do her own thing and yada yada yada, right? And so we get back to this other scene where Wayne Jenkins now is in 2013, and Wayne Jenkins is with K Stop, and they're
Yep.
pulling over two guys, and he gets a call from his wife, like his son doesn't want to play football, and he feels bad, and he just completely abandons the case, and is like,
Yep.
I gotta go home to my wife, and
I'm a sergeant now. I can do whatever I want to.
and it's funny because he doesn't go home to his wife; he goes home to his friend, who's like, uh who's the bondsman,
Yeah.
I kind of like this character.
No,
He's just
I
so
put my little notes. Double Trouble. That's my boy. He's one of my
yeah,
favorite
he's so
characters. So,
interesting.
like, yeah.
He's just got his own little world that he operates from.
Yep.
He's an interesting guy. He made his own business. He does his own thing. He's just kind of yeah. He has like he's an interesting guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just randomly friends with Wayne Jenkins. We don't know why they're friends or how they met, but he's like his best friend from what we could tell.
Yep.
Uh,
And that's true.
Wayne,
That's true in real life too. Like
yeah,
that
yes.
relationship. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Especially like if you know someone from long ago, they become a cop. It's like, hey, there's my guy. Um, Wayne also has that like cop haircut too. You know what I'm talking about? The flat top that's like so, and the
Push the top.
mustache too. He's like perfectly got it rolled. And I actually want to talk a little bit about why I really like Jon Bernthal's performance here, because it is like he really is like over the top in the best possible way, because it's
Yep.
like every scene he's always loud, he's always talking, he's always just bullshitting about whatever. You know, he walks
He's
into a
very commanding on screen. Like,
yeah, and it's like I could see the character like every room he walks into, he's very loud and he's like talking to the whole room, and
yeah.
like most people aren't listening to him too. You know, he's like I feel like we all know a guy like that where they just like, hey, what's going on?
As
And
soon as they
everyone's
walk in
just
the
like,
room.
yeah, and you're just like, okay, whatever. He's one of those guys you could stop listening to and like tune out, and then like 5 minutes later listen
Yeah.
in again, and like you wouldn't miss a thing, you know. And he really does do a good job of portraying that. And I think also it's like masking this insecurity that he has, um, because he explains to his friend here, Double Trouble, like, you know, I want to start selling drugs because I need the money,
Yeah.
and
Taking drugs and selling them as a cop is insane.
right.
Let me just say that. Like, that is fucking insane.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how we got to where this whole investigation began, right? With those two cops from the beginning that found like the
The
bumblebee
overdoses.
bags. Yeah, and that's how it happens. That's amazing, just buying drugs from a cop. um, yeah, and like he even explains like, oh, but at the same time he's like my son's having trouble with football, so I got to take care of him. So he's a complex guy, you know, cuz he thinks of himself as like a good dude.
He thinks he's a great dad. Like,
Yeah, even though he's just like in the next scene he's immediately getting cocaine to sell. It explains too, because he even mentions how like the other cops don't respect him because he's not making enough money, and
yep.
it all comes from like this like his insecurity here, you know. Um,
Did the bondsman get jail time?
Yeah.
yeah, but
But it
at
was
the end,
reduced, I think, like
yeah,
some shit. Like, it wasn't
he
nothing
fully
crazy.
cooperated. Like he didn't. He
Yeah.
just completely was like, I don't care. Fuck these people. They're not, you know. Um, And so they bring in this other investigator too, right? They meet with these guys, McDougal and Kilpatrick, from we see from the first episode. And it's interesting; those characters had like a lot of screen time the first episode, so you think like they're going to be like the main people, and then their like time on screen kind of just like fizzles out near the end because it's like
Yeah.
they're not really that important to the overall story. Um, and they talk about like the plain clothes unit and how it's like a real mess, and they say like who's leading it now, and they say Wayne Jenkins. And at this point in time, our main investigators, Jensen, Saraki, think like, oh, Wayne Jenkins, he's like a stand-up guy, you know. He's we got to warn him that like hey, there might be some corrupt cops
In your unit.
in this unit. And like the other guys, McDougal and Kilpatrick, give each other a look, and they're like, we and they notice that, and they mention like this guy's been on he's the one that we've been hearing on the wire all
Mhm.
this time. And they saved the investigation by bringing it up.
For sure. Because she
They're
was
like,
gonna let him know.
yeah, she
And
was
even
gonna.
though it does make its way back to Wayne Jenkins by Detective Gwen, him not knowing how dirty Wayne Jenkins was, but the word did get back to Wayne, and that's how he was able to tell Gondam and Ram, is because Gwen told him.
Mm,
Yeah.
oh yeah, but it's true. It's like if they hadn't been in the room, like the whole thing would have been completely fucked up.
For sure.
Um,
Yeah, everybody wanted to tell Wayne too. The girl said she was about to tell Wayne, "Hey,
Yeah.
your unit's under investigation. Be on the lookout for them."
Yeah. Well, that's why I mentioned it off air how Wayne was so good at being a bad cop was because he presented himself as being like a Boy Scout of like, hey, I'm getting all these guns off the street. I'm like a hero cop. So people look up to him. If you present this image of yourself as always being a good person, you're able to do things dirty under the table better. You know, no one suspects that. So it's how he was able to like stay doing what he was doing for so long. Um, but yeah, they find out Wayne's been the one who's been on contact with Shropshire, who is the drug dealer. Um, and the next scene that we have is Nicole Steele talking to Kevin Davis, the former commissioner, played by Delaney Williams, who played Landsman. And this guy's interesting character because he's like he wants to do the right thing, but he's like so tangled up in bureaucracy that his job is really impossible.
Yeah.
And they asked like, why are these cops allowed to stay on the force if they're not able, if they've been lying and stealing, and the judges don't trust them enough to have them take the stand. And he tells like there's this story about these two guys, Jessamy and this Pat Jessamy and Fred Bielfeld, who were like the state's attorney and the police commissioner.
And they were
And
at odds.
yeah, and like Fred was the commissioner was furious at Jessamy for dropping the cases and refusing prosecutions. And the state's attorney was critical of the quality of the casework, so they just stopped talking. And it was like they weren't able to work out their differences with each other. And essentially, every single case since then has just been, like he said, another shot fired in the ongoing argument. And it's like that's kind of the main problem is the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Why people aren't why the criminals aren't put behind bars, or why the police are committing brutality is just a pissing match between these two bureaucrats with these oversized egos. So a little interesting history of when that occurred. And from what I understood, like this was from like 2007 that this case happened. And like so he said like I when I originally heard that, I thought like, oh, this has been going on for like so long, but it's like actually no, it's only like 20 years ago. And so
Not too long ago.
that's how it all started. But yeah, an interest that's how these guys do their homework. This is a real people that was apparently how it all started, right? And then like Steele is like, well, fuck, I know Kevin Davis is trying to do the right thing, but he says like he could still do the right thing now, and he's choosing not to. So
What's stopping him from arresting everybody on that list?
yeah, and so it's a good point. But so here's like the fourth shitty thing he does in the episode too. Was the next scene, and when he like runs somebody over with his car, and he claims he has a gun, and they don't have a gun. And yeah, it's awful. It's just completely awful. Yeah, it's fucked up, right? And this guy, he runs him over with his leg. And the other person, Gwen, he calls Gwen over, and he calls somebody to plant a gun under the car to
What is
help.
his name? What is buddy's name? He says it in the last episode. Gladstone.
Right. Yeah, man, it's really fucked up. And like, I don't know, man. That's what I said. Like with everything happening, it was really hard in the world right now. It's kind of hard to watch this episode without thinking about that shit.
Man,
And
he ran over somebody with your car and then plant a gun on them, bro.
that stuff happens,
work.
Yeah,
that
man.
Is fucking insane, bro.
Wayne Jenkins should fucking kill himself. Anyway, they put the gun under there, planted the gun. Gwyn knows that too. He's immediately suspicious. He sees the guy. He ran somebody over with his car. And
the FBI pointed to that too. They said that Gwen said he heard him say it too.
Right. He heard that.
They bring it up later. I think it's episode 6, episode 5. But
yeah, man. And so also there's somebody, the guy that planted the gun's not even a cop. He's just some random person that goes on.
He's a cop.
Oh, he is? Okay. Well, he wasn't assigned to that. He just comes on there.
Yeah.
He's off duty. He's wearing like
yeah, I think if he wasn't a cop, the other cops would be like, "Why is this guy just randomly on
Yeah,
crime?"
no, he was a cop.
Okay, but either way, he wasn't even supposed to be there,
Nah,
and you know, completely fucking causes that to happen, right? So like we're only like halfway through this episode, and so far we've seen Wayne murder, cause one elderly man to die,
yeah,
plant one gun, plant drugs in one car,
yep,
plant a gun under a van. He
yep.
ran somebody's foot over. He stole
Took
money from two people and stole
took
money from the stripper.
and took the drugs. Took the drugs too. Took the weed and the money too.
Right. And that's all in just one half hour of TV. That's enough to get anyone sent for like 50
Man,
years.
what
And
he really honestly he really got off light. Like his sentence.
what
He
was his sentence? You guys
it
know that.
was it 38 years or I think he gets out in 2038. So I think it was 25 years if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And I definitely have to so yeah, in June 2018 he was sentenced to 25 years in federal
25, right?
prison.
Yeah.
But also yeah, all of those crimes put together, it's like, oh man. And those are just the ones that they're showing, right?
Yep.
So, yeah. And throughout this episode too, you see Suter become sort of like more suspicious of everything happens, you know, that it shows that the guy was an honest cop, and it
He
also was
was.
like a nice change of pace for Jamie Hector as an actor,
He was.
because from playing like a Marlowe to playing like a stand-up guy kind of shows his real range.
And do you all notice the guy when Jamie Hector, when Sean Suter walked into the office? That's the editor from season 5 of The Wire.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the newspaper editor.
That's amazing. So
Yeah.
he said there was about like 180 jurors that were
Yeah, I took
requested
that
at the
down too.
court,
Yeah,
and only 7 of them were able
that's
to
insane.
testify. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
crazy. So
so
173 jurors had bad run-ins with the cops to the point where if I say it's gonna be biased because I've already had an incident with them that I'm not gonna be able to testify. That's crazy. That's
so
crazy.
that yeah, dude, that's 0.03% of all the jurors that were able to testify.
He said you guys have locked up and beaten on so many, we can't even get 12.
Right. Yeah, man. And so like but then there's the other case which we don't even really see the flashback for, but we just see that he was looking for this guy's for drugs, and he wasn't able to find any drugs in the car. And so he was also being videotaped, right? Because you know, in Baltimore everything's being taped. And but the camera goes out, and so like he wasn't able to find, they never found evidence that he picked drugs out of the car.
Yeah.
And so because of that,
But he still arrested him. He still charged him.
right, because of that, the case wasn't able to go forward, and like the prosecution had to drop it. And so it's like, it's kind of why but then afterwards he threatened the prosecutor for not bringing forward the tape. He like he got her number, and he sent her like this weird cryptic text message.
Yeah, he said this
Like,
is not a threat, but it is
yeah.
like, hey, this is Wayne Jenkins trying to.
That's a nice rule of thumb. Anytime you start a text with "this is not a threat,"
It's probably a threat.
everything that follows is usually kind
It's
of
probably
threatening.
threatening.
It's like when people say like, "Look, I don't mean to be an asshole," but it's like, well, what you're about to say kind of sounds like you're going to contradict that.
And to put in perspective too, y'all, like again, like, so you planted 7 grams of cocaine on somebody, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Like, this man was, bro. This some of this shit is insane, bro.
7 grams of cocaine. How much does that cost? Not that I'm going to buy any after. No, I'm just wondering. That's usually like, so it says like the street price usually from $420 to $1,400, you know, depending on whatever. But that's a lot of fucking cocaine.
Why do you have that on you too, Wayne?
Right.
Where did you? it's so many layers to some of these crimes, bro. Like we could sit here for hours and break down the thought process. Like, because why? First of all, why do you have 7 grams of cocaine?
Yeah.
To plant it. Why do you have it to plant? So you're just driving around with cocaine and drugs to plant when the position presents itself. Like, that's insane in itself. So, man, some of the stuff he was doing, bro, was crazy, bro. It's shocking to think that it was real. Like,
yeah, man. And it's like, well, did he get that from Double Trouble, or is that the one you confiscate from evidence? And on, you know, I always think of that scene from 21 Jump Street when they're like, where are we going to find all this drugs to throw a party? And they just, you know, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, and they just take the drugs that's in, like...
From the evidence?
Right. It's like, do they do that shit? Or is that
know,
the drugs
bro.
he's planning on selling? No.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like,
yeah.
When you think about the act of it as a cop, like, okay, I'm going to take these drugs. And, you know, in the last 2 episodes, they kind of touch on some of the shit that he was really doing. They're like, you know, I walked into the office, man, was heat sealing drugs. Like, what are you doing vacuum sealing drugs? Like,
right.
Bro, you kidding?
That is a weird Google answer, from $420 to $1,400. Does that mean on?
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought that range.
That's a wide range. Wide range. Yeah, man, that's great. That is true. I don't know. I
guess the purity of it. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. You know, but you know.
But he was almost was that just...
I don't know if it means no, unless 420 might be crack cocaine and 1,400 actually.
We're going into uncharted territory, you know.
But they like.
Hey, I'm interested in taking substance abuse counseling.
Right.
To learn this stuff.
That's fair. All right. That's fair. That's fair. That case itself, like, he almost got busted for that, falsifying arrest reports.
Yeah, that would have been a big deal if they had booked him for that.
And they almost like got him for that. And they say like, hey, why didn't the case go through? And then Ward says, well, the Freddie Gray case happened. And then they go back to April 27 of 2015.
And that really happened too.
Oh yeah. I mean,
he really went on the front line and up against the riots. Like, you know, it was in the paper and everything. Like, you know, so he was presented a medal or something for it. It was a heroic act, you know, kind of thing. Like,
Wayne Jenkins. There was 2 Wayne Jenkins.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. That part of it is true. So they
there was 2 Wayne Jenkins. There was the cop. You know, I kind of think like there was like a Wayne Jenkins who loved being a police officer and almost kind of loved doing the right thing of sticking up. And then there was the Wayne Jenkins who talked himself into believing that being a drug dealer was the right thing. But
this wasn't the right thing, though. He didn't do the right thing here. He just fucking instigated more, like, you know.
Oh, didn't you say he got a medal?
Yeah, but I'm not saying he deserved the medal. Like, what do you do? He fucking bought people KFC. Like, who gives a shit? Fucking, it does. You know what I mean?
They gave him the medal for going into the crowd and actually fighting. You know, to try to protect the cops. You know, he actually went up and like went on the front line, like, kind of thing.
Oh, but he was also on the front line of protecting police. So I don't. If we're gonna say he was protecting police, you're saying he was instigating.
I mean, it's a difference of perspective at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. I mean, how they view it, how the people who awarded him the medal view it is, you know, you were trying to help.
Right. Yeah, I got what you were saying there. I mean, yeah, that is the contradiction of showing him like, hey, look at me, I'm trying to like stick up for my guys here, and I'm trying to like fucking, you know, help my people out, and then like him just doing his own thing. And yeah, no, there's definitely like that dichotomy over here.
No, for sure. And I mean, in contrast, that's why the next scene, you know, him robbing the looters. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's to show both sides of who we are examining here in this show. Like,
yeah,
you know, he was wrong to rob the drug dealers. You know, he wasn't wrong to go on the front line and shit, but that's who he was. He was 2 different people.
Right. Here, like, you know, I think the overall problem, like, is that there's just like this us versus them mentality, though.
Yeah.
You know, they view these people as like, oh, these people are the enemy for rioting. instead of being like, well, why are these people rioting in the first place? They're rioting because Freddie Gray was like a teenager who is brutally beaten and murdered by these cops who are able to get off on these charges.
Was he a
And if
teenager for sure?
Freddie Gray, I'm pretty sure. Um, he was, he was, okay, no, he's not a teenager. He's 25 years old.
Okay.
Either way, while he was taken into police custody, he sustained like all these horrible injuries and then was killed, like died in the
In the car.
hospital. So it's like, if that happens, it's like people just feel like they're powerless. It's like if the police are supposed to be there to like serve and protect, right? That's the idea. But it's like, who are they serving? They're serving
Right.
the people, right? Their job is to serve and protect the people. But if they're killing the people, then it's like, well, who's going to protect? You got to protect yourself at that point, And that's how, I don't know. That's kind of like the overall problem that I think it shows in the first episode, right? When he's being trained by that guy, when Wayne Jenkins' first day, he's driving around. He's like, look at all these fucking people. And he has like this
Yeah.
anger and his attitude, but it's like, well, those are the people that you're supposed to look after. They're not like your
Right.
enemies necessarily. I mean, the guys that are committing crimes, yeah, those are the people you're going after. But a lot of these people are just like hanging out and they see them as like, well, they might be doing something bad. They're
Can't
fucking,
even sit on the stoop when you're only on the
yeah,
front porch. Like,
they're just fucking, like you said, he views anyone with a backpack as being a criminal. And it's like, well, everyone wears a backpack. I wear a backpack
yeah.
sometimes. Like, what the fuck. Um, and so here, like, yeah, the cops are, you know, these people are going around, they're breaking car windshields and everything. But all
It's
these guys,
looking crazy. It looked
yeah,
crazy. Like,
oh, it's mayhem, dude. It's anarchy. I'm just saying, like, I think they had a reason to do that. They were pissed off.
yeah.
And some of the cops even said, they're like, let's just let them blow off steam. Like, who gives a shit? It's a car. That's what Gwyn said later on. He was like,
He
it's a
said, man, fuck them. He said,
fuck the
fuck that
car.
car or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, it's a car. Who cares? At the end of the day, um, people are angry that they're going around killing people and doing all this crazy shit. And Wayne views it as like, fuck those people. We got to go in. We got to serve the front lines and like, let's all load up, right? Um, and yeah, he's also like drives like a. I like when he's driving
What?
like a maniac.
That man was doing donuts in that damn, I don't know, was that a minivan or a police van or something like that?
Yeah, it was a cop van. But yeah, he was just fucking driving like crazy. He's ready to fuck people up. He's got this energy, and they even have like the riot gear on, like those protective shields, and he goes on the front line, and what's it called? Like, he sees some guy who's like picking up a brick, and he's
He
like,
said, don't you fucking do it.
don't you do it. And he threw
Don't
it.
you
And
fucking
then
do it.
when he throws it, they start fighting each other and beating each other. And, you know, yeah, man, it's complete mayhem. And yeah, this only happened like 11 years ago, and shit's still going on today. Um, then the commissioner has to go back and make a speech, and the commissioner sees like it's Kevin Davis calls the commissioner back who's going to the airport, and he sees the TV and he's like, oh fuck, okay, I gotta get my suit like immediately, like, all right, we gotta do something here.
Guess I
uh
gotta say something here.
yeah, and this shit's going on for hours, and like, yeah, Wayne Jenkins goes out and he gets food for all these people, and yeah, and so it's mayhem. They bring a citywide curfew. People aren't allowed to be out at certain hours. Very reminiscent of what happened after the murder of George Floyd. Shit's happens all the time.
Yeah.
Not much has changed, right? Um, we even see like Nicole Steele watching it, just horrified. And then we see Wayne like walking through the town at night when it's completely deserted. And that's kind of like eerie, a whole city where no one's out. And he sees like you said, he sees a drugstore, and like people run out carrying a bunch of pills.
Mm-hmm.
And they drop it. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna take these pills now. And his
Another
first
another
thought,
true story. Another true story.
yeah. He immediately, I like his first instinct is immediately brings it to Double Trouble
Double
here,
trouble. What's up, baby?
and
We
he's like,
lit.
I got these garbage bags full of OxyContin, and he's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with all of this? Like, that's a lot of pills.
Double Trouble said in that documentary that I always bring up. He said because they actually had him on, and he was like, some of the stuff that he was like trying to put me in and put me on to was just fucking insane. It was just too much. Like the drugs
Right.
became too much. Some of the like the robberies he was having, like trying to include me in, it was just too much. Like it was too much.
It's
I think,
interesting.
and I think that was like another line he crossed too when he tried like selling that amount, right? Because you're just a drug dealer, like the people you're
Right.
arresting. It's not even taking money from the drug dealers. You're a full blown drug game, and the drug game,
Sure.
like how much
Yeah.
can I run? Like now there's like no difference between, and now I'm sure Wayne Jenkins tried to justify it in his own mind, but what's the difference between you and the people you're arresting now, if not even a little
Nothing.
worse?
No, nothing. Him dropping all them pills off at Double Trouble, like, it's insane, bro. Like, this episode just shows like he was on another level with
Right.
shit, bro. It's unbelievable some of these acts that he was pulling off. Like,
He was a
it's not
drug
even
dealer.
believable. You don't even want to believe it's true, but it's all true. Like all of this shit in episode 4 is true.
Well, it's interesting that Double Trouble is much more careful and like forward thinking than his friend who was a police sergeant. Like he realized he realized like this is so dangerous what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm trying to be, he yeah, that like but yeah, at that point that's a lot of fucking pills that he
A whole
took.
lot of fucking
The
pills, probably
whole
thousands of pills, bro.
yeah. He even said like we got the entire pharmacy there.
This this is like I'm just picturing like Wayne Jenkins at work getting all this praise and stuff, and everybody looking up to him, and him just becoming this untouchable uh like person that he thinks he could get away with all this. Like, I think you get a certain status, some of these people. So there's a movie with Hugh Jackman in it. I forgot the name of it, but it's based on a high school here in Long Island,
I know you're
and
talking about bad education, right?
bad education. And like the superintendent, he was the superintendent or the principal. He was the
Hmm.
principal, right? But he
He
was
was a
like so like
superintendent. Yeah.
superintendent, and he was so close with the school board. Everybody trusted him. Like he was like,
Yeah.
and he like he had all this money. Like I forgot where the money came from, but it was like money that was supposed to go to the school system,
Oh shit.
and he was like taking it. He was just
Mhm.
taking it. And it was a true story. It was a high school out here in Roslyn, I think,
Rosalind High School.
Roslyn
Damn.
High School, which is a pretty high class thing. And the way the movie portrayed it was that this girl just writing a newspaper article, editorial for the newspaper, the school newspaper. She just has like a tour of the school, and she's like, "Wait a minute, if you guys are getting paid all this, why can't you fix this? Why can't you fix that? Why is this
Mhm.
and
Damn.
and this is how it kind of snowballed into like this whole thing. And same thing, he was like held in high prestige, and I'm just kind of thinking a little bit like, they get these positions where they just kind of think like, yo, I could get away with this.
Can't be touched. What he say in the first episode, when he was walking into ID, they were like, "You got to meet my ID." He was like, "Yeah, just a vehicular. You know they can't fuck with Superman." You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
he said that in the first episode.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's good, and that's a great catch, Jesse, because yeah, they are similar too. Frank Tassone is the guy's name that Hugh Jackman played. It was a real super. It happened in 2004.
Yeah.
And throughout that movie, he's constantly justifying what he's doing too, but like, hey, they don't pay me enough money for this position, considering all the work I do. Like, of course I'm gonna
Sure.
take some money. Like, why the fuck wouldn't I? Um, yeah, and then he also ended up going to jail too. That is a great film, and
It
Hugh
sounds
Jackman.
good. Like,
HBO, I think it was a made for HBO movie. Hugh Jackman's always great. Who else?
Yeah.
Ray Romano is in it. Plays the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh, yeah, Ray Romano plays the principal. Allison Janney. Yeah, definitely a good one. Um, you like my Ray Romano impression? Not good
yeah,
at all. No.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. All right, not bad, not bad. Better than I did one of the other characters from The Wire is pretty bad, but Ray Romano's pretty good. Um, yeah. Then we see more of them just like looking at like the footage of those cops who were like got in trouble because of the Freddie Gray case, and Wayne's like really pissed off too. And even though like they don't even know these guys at all, they've never met any of these people, but they're just like they're trying to take our boys. They charge him with manslaughter, and he's like, I'm gonna write like a citywide email to every member of this department. So it shows he does really care about the job. He has a
He does
passion. It's almost, if you want to think, it's almost like McNulty in a way. Of course, McNulty wasn't like a dirty cop in that way, but it was like the same level of like he bleeds blue. Like this isn't
for
just a
sure.
job for him. This is like his life. This is his passion and what he's doing. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. That's kind of
And
how
that's
he
that's
sees it.
another reason why he got so much time because he didn't want to say nothing about any other cops.
Right. Whereas like Rayam and Gondo are just willing to spill all the information and
I think they were into so much, they were in as much crime and stuff as Wayne. So like if they hadn't said anything, they would have got 25 years too.
mm,
They were doing robberies, they were, selling drugs too, like, and I don't know to
I
what
know
each of them was charged, but
they were throwing each other on the bus left and
yeah.
the bus
for
left and
sure.
right. And
No, for
that's in the
sure.
next episode. That's on the next
Allard
episode.
even was unwilling at first because he was like, I'm their boss. I'm not going to. And then his lawyer told him, he's like, dude, they're all talking right now. You have to say stuff
Did
like,
he say something?
otherwise, like, you're going to get the brunt end. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
Wayne,
that's also a lot. I think that's also a way how it works. If you don't like you, so it's kind of weird, right? Like you don't want to be a snitch, but if you're not the first one to snitch, like the first
right.
one to snitch is probably getting the less time. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was like an asset to their investigation almost, and it makes sense from like the prosecutor because it's like, well, we need this guy to tell us more information, so we need to we'll help you out if you tell us all this information. Um, and like I said before, it's really good framing because you don't even realize Rayam and Gondo are cops until like later on in the episode. You just think they're drug dealers. Um, and then they bring down Ward. The final crime of the episode is Rayam talks about like this robbery on Heathfield Road, where it was like Taylor and Hendricks and all these guys, and Wayne's like driving the opposite side of the road at first, which they say like he was good at doing because he was able to catch people off guard.
Which is another crazy reckless act.
Right. And he catches like half a kilo of coke, and then they say like, hey, like and they got 21,500, but they only submitted $15,000, so they kept 6,000 for each other. Um, and then he's like, "Well, maybe they have more cash and cocaine at their house." It's just like the drug dealer level of thinking. Like, hey, why don't we go back to this guy's house and fucking take it? They didn't tell their bosses or anything. They didn't get a warrant. They just straight up went in there into the basement and they found a safe, and they're like, well, holy shit, there's got to be a ton of money in here. Let's get a crowbar and a hammer. And Ward said he was like, they were gone for hours before they came
That's
back with it.
crazy.
Even like the guy's wife started coming, the drug dealer's wife came home and everything, and it's like they had to be all sneaky about it. And they popped it open, and then they say like more than $100,000 was in there, and so they confiscate a lot of it. But he says like $100,000 is what we're going to count there, and the
Yeah.
rest we're just going to take.
Yeah.
So they frame a video. This was like, it's funny because I was thinking of Better Call Saul because he does that a couple of times in that show. Of like, we got to present evidence to them of like, hey, we're taking all this money. This is the amount of money. So he says like, let's make a movie out of it, guys. And they film him going
And then
downstairs.
he says, "Don't say action on camera." He said, "Don't be like the movie guys. Don't say action on camera." I love that little part right
Oh
there.
yeah,
Like, as if he's not an actor, kind of thing. Like, what the movie assholes say? Action. But don't
fucking
say action
action.
on camera.
And he's going upstairs, and these guys are giving like, "Are we really about to do this? What the fuck? Like, this is next
That
level."
really happened too. That part is real too.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the numbers are real, like in terms of the amount, but I know this act is real of them opening the safe and then framing and making it look like that they opened it and cracked it. That part is real. I don't know what if the amounts are exactly the same as what they said in the show, but
This is like the funniest scene of the episode for me because it's like he comes down and he's like, "We got to call the feds, guys." Like when he's being recorded, if there's more than $5,000, we got to call the feds. That's how you do it by the book. It's so obvious that he's like bullshitting, and he's playing a character within the character itself.
Yeah.
It's really good acting by him.
it is, no, for sure.
And yeah, that to me is like, whoa, what the fuck are they doing? He was clever with what he did, you know. Wayne Jenkins, he really was clever. Ward, so this is the scene that you were referencing earlier. This is the scene where Ward throws the money away.
He said
Again,
he gave them all 20,000.
You know, and they were like, "Why would you do that?"
He really threw the money away. This is true, or is this just a testimony?
Are you asking me, Jesse?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he really put that money away. I don't know. I mean, I know he only got 7 years, but I mean, I don't know.
Did they like? What I mean is, did they find money that he claimed he put somewhere?
They show it in the show at the end.
They do show.
But in real life, I don't know. I don't know. That's something we'll have to look up. I'm not sure.
Yeah. From the show's perspective, he did throw it away because they show at the end, hey,
no, I know.
Stack of money. That's the last
in real life. I mean, I like
I'm just wondering if the show took a little liberty there.
I don't know.
It really does.
Because he only got 7 years. I mean, like,
yeah, it kind of makes sense, right? That it does make sense in his head. Like, yo, this is too much. I'm gonna throw this out, but I can't take it in front of Wayne.
Right.
At the other thing that rings in my head is like, bullshit. You took that money. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he said his wife is a cop. He said his wife is a cop. You know, a clean cop. So I mean, maybe not. You know, I don't know. They don't really explore like the cops really getting into being comfortable taking the amounts of money, like him specifically, and him and Sean Suiter. Like they kind of allude to it. They allude to it that he didn't keep any of the money, and then with Sean Suiter, they allude to it that he may have taken a little bit of the money, kind of thing. Like,
right.
Yeah.
He did like in the show. He throws it away because we see that at the end. I'm just thinking, like, imagine just walking by that, be like, "Oh shit!" Look at all this.
What?
Would you guys? Yeah.
Like, I ain't you know.
Nobody sees anything.
Hell yes.
Let's go to the strip club and get another dwarf lap dance. Let's go to
that. I ain't taking.
You were gonna ask if I'll take that money if I found it. Hell to the yes.
Money, you know. Why not, right? And it's free fucking money. And he to the character's credit, he does say like, look, if it was a small amount, I would have taken it. Just
he did say that
because they asked him like,
it was on another level.
Right. He's like, would you take it if it was? And he's like, yeah, I probably would take it if it was small amounts. Just that it looks too obvious.
Yeah. To finish off the show too, when that went in the bar.
Oh yeah.
And Wayne Jenkins says, you know, we own this city. You know,
that's a great.
It's a phenomenal.
He said the line.
Yeah, you know.
Stewie from Family Guy. He said the line.
He said the line.
Right?
But
one of them.
Just listen to some of the numbers of this, right? So he asked Ward, what'd you make last year? He was like, what was your base? He was like 73,000. And then he's like, tell him what you made in overtime. He said 62,000. So you ran up a whole nother salary on bullshit bogus overtime. Okay, that's insane.
Crazy, right?
All right.
But that happens. That actually happens in more than just poop. I think the MTA got in trouble for that not too long ago over here. If I'm not mistaken.
So that's crazy. So that's $135,000 police salary. That's insane. And then Wayne Jenkins, he does his, and that comes to $168,000 salary. Okay, that's the one part. The next part is he said we're gonna work 8 to 4. But we're not coming in until 2:00. So y'all are
bullshitting. It's
Y'all
a
are
nice hours.
bullshitting those type of hours.
Yeah,
That is
dude.
crazy.
I want to be a
That's
cop. That's
crazy.
fucking awesome. 2 hours of work and get
Crazy.
paid for 8 hours. That's pretty nice. That's
That's
pretty.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then
Who wouldn't want that
worse, they're
schedule?
gonna submit, probably 6 hours of OT.
Right.
So, bro, what are we doing, bro? You work for 2 hours and you getting paid what? Another 6, 4 plus 6, 8, 10. You getting paid for 14 hours, bro? Come on, bro. That's crazy.
And this is another illegal thing that McNulty does in season 5 of The Wire. He signs off on bullshit OT.
Yeah, no, they was breaking up OT. That's facts, though.
They're like, just go. They just go to McNulty. He's giving it out like candy.
That's facts. That's big old facts. Yeah.
Hey, watch what you say about McNulty. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
great episode, though, man.
Your boy was
Your boy was
who are your
breaking the law.
standout
Actors, Jesse?
Bro.
What happened?
I said, who are your standout actors?
This is Jon Bernthal episode, man. Wayne Jenkins episode. No. I think
that's when they say we only say, and sorry, it was like that was the moment when he's just like, fuck it, we can do whatever we want.
Yep. He said, as long as we produce, we own this city, man. That was a great little line right there.
Jesse, you say Jon Bernthal, is a standout actor.
Yeah. I mean,
of course.
You cannot not give him this episode.
Oh,
this is the Wayne Jenkins episode.
He should have gotten nominated for an Emmy for this. I don't know if he did or not.
He showed out. I don't know if miniseries can be nominated. I'm not sure.
I think they can, but I don't know if he got nominated. It was, the thing was the show. Nowadays, there's so much like content. It's like it's easy for shows to get under the radar.
You got Apple TV. You got Netflix exclusives. You got your network shows, your normal basic cable shows,
Hulu, Amazon, all the shit. It's hard. It's easy for a 6-episode show to get like forgotten about or like kind of go over people's heads because there's just so much fucking TV now.
Speaking of Jon Bernthal, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, but the show His and Hers, I asked y'all about that in the group. I haven't
seen that one. It's a good one.
It was a good show.
I love
good show.
I love
it. He sounds exactly the same too. In that
right, he does, bro. He does.
I'm gonna go see him on Broadway. I'm gonna go see Dog Day Afternoon. He's doing on Broadway.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, in March.
That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, you should go. It's like an 18-week run or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would definitely. Yeah.
Wow. I'll send you the link to it.
He's in there with Eben Moss Backrack from The Bear too. Okay.
Yeah. Tickets aren't that bad neither. But yeah, so it's funny. I'm going with somebody, and she was like, I told her about His and Hers, and she was like, the chemistry wasn't there, right? I was like, oh yeah. So you know what? That's a pretty good observation.
Between who? I mean, I don't want to ruin it for Jack, but
between John and Tessa Thompson, yeah.
I mean, but they're estranged husband and wife. I don't want to say what happened, but they went through some tragedy,
Yeah, I don't know, but I was like, I don't know. When she said that, I was like, that's a pretty good observation. I do feel there was a lack of chemistry there.
I disagree. We'll talk about that later, though. So I guess you want to do our shout outs, bro.
Yep. Dan DeLuca, who we just had on. Oh, we didn't drop his interview yet, but that's okay. Check out The Night Watchman. It's on Tubi, and he's got other movies coming out. You guys are gonna love that interview. There's 2 Night Watchmen, so I'm gonna send you guys the right one to watch. And then Kamal Bostic Smith, shout out to him. He's on the YouTube channel. We got a recap with him. Anna Ogo, I want to shout out too. She works in law office remote positions. She gets people positions for law offices around the world. That's Miss Donna's daughter. We're gonna drop her interview soon. And then Donna Adrian Gibson, of course, the executive producer of the show. Go check out The Black Moses, coming out this Friday.
Moses the Black.
Moses the Black. Freaking. Moses the Black coming out this Friday with Omar Epps. Debbie Young, follow her Instagram, the beautiful Miss Debbie Young. And Alonzo Wilson has a nonprofit organization at the bottom there. Go check that out. Amanda Johnson, we have her art gallery at the bottom there.
Yep.
Go ahead and check that out. Amber Nelson, doing award-winning films. She's doing her thing. She's on the grind. I want to send her a shout out. Thank her for putting us into touch with a couple of people from The Wire. Um, Michael Kevin Darnall is always doing something new. Chris Clanton, is not Valentine's Day. It's actually February 7th. Or it's on his Instagram. He's doing Set It Off with Felicia on stage play, which if I lived in the DMV area, I would definitely be there. I would like to see that. And I drew a blank. Go ahead, Leland.
Maestro has a podcast on YouTube. He streams every Wednesday, Wire Wednesday. Julito McCullum, you can go to his Twitter, get the Wire hoodies, and I believe he just dropped an album called 33 Summers, if I'm not mistaken. It's on Apple Music. I'm trying to see, do we miss anybody? Andre, what is his last name? I don't want to mispronounce it.
Severino.
Andres Severino.
Okay.
I just remember that because there's a player from the Yankees named Severino. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has a podcast, the Silverback Chronicles podcast. It's a police podcast he does with another actor from We Own the City. The one when they raid the car wash, the drug dealer. That's his host for the podcast.
I definitely want to listen to that because
Severino,
a really nice guy and also like.
You said what, Jesse? That's who?
It's also his police partner. Well, the one he interviewed Jon Bernthal is his police partner. Yeah.
Okay. And then we have Trey Chaney, who we just did a phenomenal interview with, who played Pooh on The Wire. ChaneyWay.com. That's the official site for his music, merch, lifestyle products, unisex, fragrance, apparel, and more. You can be shipped directly through his brand. So he's got some cool stuff too. So we'll have the links to all of that stuff. Nakia Dillard, his acting school, will be in the link below as well. So we appreciate it. We are Wiretapped Truth. We just released.
Looking for sponsorship. Sorry.
Yep. Go ahead. No, you're fine. If you want to be promoted on our channel, if you want to sponsor our channel, please reach out to us at wiretappedtruths@gmail.com or contact us at 678-938-5398. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. We just released our 500th video on our channel, including shorts and long form videos. So have a bunch more content that we're going to be releasing, a bunch of fresh episodes over the next couple of weeks. So again, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Wiretapped Truth. We appreciate the love, and we'll see you soon.
Easy.